him fighting each other will seal the deal on the kings of that division, the kings of this era, the kings of everything. So.
Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis have surprisingly maintained a good relationship, a fact that has flown under the radar. It seems they both decided to keep it private, until a recent tweet from Shakur Stevenson changed that. In the tweet, Stevenson expressed gratitude to those who supported him through his hand injury and surgery. Expectedly, the names of Terence Crawford, Andre Ward, and Floyd Mayweather were mentioned. These three have been significant influences in Stevenson's career.
What's up, Shakur?
Interestingly, all the individuals mentioned in Shakur Stevenson's tweet are currently undefeated. Andre Ward concluded his career with a perfect record of 37 wins in 37 fights. Floyd Mayweather achieved an impressive 50 wins in 50 fights. Terence Crawford has fought 41 opponents and defeated them all, leading to comparisons between him and Mayweather. Many believe that once Crawford reaches 50 wins, his boxing legacy will match Mayweather's. These undefeated Hall of Famers and future Hall of Famers were all on Stevenson's list of supporters. However, an unexpected name also appeared: Gervonta Davis, who was thought to be a sworn enemy of Stevenson. This revelation was surprising, but Stevenson explained that not only did Davis reach out to him, but he also visited him in the hospital. It turns out that Stevenson and Davis were once best friends, often seen training together. In the world of boxing, rivalries can ignite passion, drama, and fierce competition. Shakur Stevenson, a rising star in the lightweight division, has experienced a whirlwind of events that highlight both his resilience and the complexities of relationships within the sport. Recently, Stevenson's injury and his evolving dynamic with Gervonta Davis have made headlines, leaving fans questioning the future of one of boxing's most promising talents. Stevenson and Davis have been known as fierce rivals, but recent developments suggest a thawing of their long-standing animosity. Surprisingly, Davis seems to have taken the initiative to mend their fractured relationship. This shift raises intriguing questions. Is this a prelude to a future showdown in the ring, or is it merely a sign that their rivalry may never truly reach a climax? Their newfound camaraderie came to light after Shakur Stevenson tweeted his appreciation for those who supported him during his recent hand surgery. Among those he thanked were notable figures like Terence Crawford, Andre Ward, and Floyd Mayweather. These legendary boxers have significantly influenced Stevenson's career, guiding him through challenges and celebrating his successes. Shakur Stevenson underwent hand surgery last month to repair tears to his sagittal band and collateral ligament, forcing him to withdraw from his World Boxing Council lightweight title defense against Joe Cordina, originally scheduled for October 12. The procedure took place at the Surgical Center of the Rockies in Colorado Springs, where Stevenson had been training. At 27 years old, Stevenson is eager to return to the ring and is expected to resume training in 6 to 8 weeks, with plans for a potential February bout against lightweight contender William Zappa. However, the surgery on his right hand has raised concerns about the longevity of his career, especially considering his history with hand injuries. Sources reveal that the injury occurred during a sparring session in preparation for the highly anticipated fight against Joe Cordina in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Footage of the incident captured the moment Stevenson suffered a brutal hand injury while throwing a right hook that lacked its usual power. The clip showed Stevenson crumpling in agony and collapsing to the canvas, igniting concern for the undefeated WBC lightweight champion. This wasn't Stevenson's first encounter with hand troubles. Last year, he sustained a similar injury in a fight against Edwin Dos Santos, narrowly escaping with a victory. As these injuries accumulate, speculation grows about whether Stevenson is dealing with chronic hand issues that could jeopardize his promising career if not addressed properly. With a professional record of 20 wins and no losses, Stevenson's hands, now dubbed brittle, have become a topic of concern. The recent injury involved a ruptured tendon in his right hand, necessitating surgery for repair. While the procedure was successful, it raises critical questions among fans and critics alike about how Stevenson will perform against heavy hitters like Gervonta Davis or William Zappa. Given the current vulnerabilities in his hands, one mistimed punch could spell disaster against formidable opponents. Stevenson's defensive mastery has always been a hallmark of his style, but if he cannot deliver those powerful blows, it may not be enough to keep him competitive. Eddie Hearn, Stevenson's promoter, remains optimistic about his recovery. He informed the media that Stevenson could potentially return to the ring as early as 2025, with a showdown against Zappa on the horizon. However, experts like former boxer Chris Algieri take a more cautious stance. Algieri pointed out that tendon injuries can be tricky, and recovery times are often unpredictable. Interestingly, some see a silver lining in the timing of Stevenson's injury. By withdrawing from the bout against Cordina, he avoids what could have been a grueling match against a fighter known for his punching power. Pundits argue that missing this fight might have saved Stevenson from a potential blemish on his otherwise pristine record. Cordina's punching prowess could have put Stevenson in an uncomfortable position, forcing him to dig deeper than ever before. The October 12th card in Riyadh is now left without its co-main event star. Chris Eubank Jr. and KL Zarita will headline the card, but there are concerns that fans may not be eager to pay for the pay-per-view, especially given the perceived underwhelming lineup. Eubank Jr., while a well-known name in the UK, has struggled to meet expectations, and his fight against journeyman Shakur isn't generating much excitement. As for Stevenson, all eyes are on his recovery. With so much riding on his future bouts, fans are left wondering if this injury is a temporary setback or the beginning of a recurring issue. The road to recovery may prove longer than expected, and there are still questions about whether he can regain full strength in his right hand. The burning question remains, what does the future hold for Shakur Stevenson? His return timeline is uncertain, and any further complications could drastically alter the trajectory of his career. The boxing world waits with bated breath to see if the young champion can bounce back and continue his ascent to greatness, or if this hand injury will become a recurring obstacle. After the injury, Stevenson expressed his disappointment about missing the fight with Cordina, stating, "I have been super sharp and feeling great in camp. I was planning to put on a show next month against Joe Cordina, but I have to listen to the doctor and have these injuries fixed immediately so that I can come back stronger than ever at the start of 2025. His title defense was originally scheduled to be the Kofi